call, I said. She grabbed my hand, girls rescue, met the bar, witnessing. Tears fled the head, I'm weak, now guess she tweet, I guess she confess. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, investigate, spontaneous, I stereotype. Put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as a rise like fireworks.
Boom, boom, boom. Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this edition of After the Storm, your Thunder post-game analysis live stream, breaking down the Thunder, what happened in the game tonight. Of course, the Thunder falling tonight to the Nuggets at home, snapping our four-game win streak. So that being said, the game was just it started out weird because SGA he ended up with 37, but, if he doesn't come out right away, and as I say, get into his bag, if he doesn't start out doing that, the Thunder are in trouble because you got a bunch of guys trying to do, it's like guys are coming up shooting and doing all this other stuff, and I'm just going, what are y'all doing? And all of a sudden we're down 13-0, just like that. And after he broke down 11, I thought he would call a timeout. He did, and they scored 13, and he called a timeout. I don't know if 2 points would make a difference, but then what happens, SGA comes out, boom, and we score. So I'm just saying, to me, I look at the Thunder, and it's like we go as SGA goes. I don't know what management needs to do to convince the coach of that fact or what you need to tell SGA or whatever. And I see that he's trying to get everybody involved tonight. But the whole thing is he has to start out first. He has to score. He has to generate the things that we need first. Then everybody comes in. But if he tries to let everybody else play, then we get all these guys trying to score. You got Dort, you got, SGA. You got Robinson Earl. Robinson Earl missed a couple shots. You got Poku. You got everything. It was like Dort. I'm like, 4 trips, and then, of course, it was just pathetic on our defensive end. It was just pathetic. And here are my keys to the game. My keys to the game is simple. Try to limit the Joker, which we did. Don't settle for threes, which we really didn't, but at key moments in the game when the game was on the line, we took shot threes that just killed us. And then to continue to play within ourselves, which we did not do tonight. And limit their open looks. And limit their open looks, really? Limit their open looks. That didn't even scratch it. It didn't even come close. Limiting their open looks. Open look after open look. KCP was just knocking down shots left and right. Remember, he was with the Lakers, but LeBron didn't want him, remember? LeBron didn't want him. He wanted Carmelo. All the guys that LeBron didn't want now are balling out. And once again, are they on our team? No. They're on the Laker team? No. They're on another team because LeBron wanted Russell Westbrook and he wanted Carmelo. And he got him, and now he wants the Lakers to do something else. Hell, this is you're making, you deal with it. That's the way I look at it. But the bottom line to me was the first quarter for the Thunder. Lack of putting pressure on the ball. They did whatever they wanted to do us. And then Gordon I think he had 17 the first quarter. He just was he was manhandling Dort, manhandling Robinson Earl, manhandling whomever. And when I looked at the sheet tonight, I realized that Wiggins didn't play. And he is that other guy to me that has to play. He is the X factor that I think we have to have because he can handle a lot of things. But when we deal with teams that are just big and physical who can play, it just, which is Orlando. And we beat Orlando the other night, and they came out and beat Golden State tonight. So the NBA is all about matchups. And Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com and I were talking about it today. We don't match up with the Nuggets at all. We play them close. We played them really close there. Once again, we had a nice crowd, but we don't have the crowd that we need to. The game was one. We got back into the game. The crowd was as loud as they could be. But I remember when Thunderdome was rocking. If we were down 15, we came back and tied the score. That place you wouldn't have been able to hear. But unfortunately, people don't go to the games anymore. And it's just sad because we have a good team. We're young. We need people to come watch us play, but we're not getting that. And then it was just coming down, and it just seemed like to me the first quarter, no matter what we did, we just could not. They just got into a groove from three. I mean, they really did. They got into a groove, and there was just like absolutely nothing we could do really about it. I mean, we tried, but there was nothing that we could do because in the NBA, once you get on a roll, you're on a roll. And this is what I mean. End of the first quarter, 42 points. Yeah, that is not a mistype. They scored 42 points. And you can see 30 of them were off the three, 10 for 13. And what I mean wide open looks, they were wide open looks. Our defensive energy was just lacking in the first quarter, and you can see by the stats 55%, 11 rebounds, only 10 points in the paint because they didn't have to unless they just decided, just take us down. And remember, Joker, I think he only had 2 points, or if he'd even scored, Jokic the first quarter. I don't think he scored. I don't remember him scoring. 5 turnovers. We're, on the other hand, 2 for 7 from three, which I don't mind, only shooting 7 threes. But it's the same guys that shoot them always. It's like SGA knows he doesn't shoot well from the three, and he very rarely takes them. Other guys can't shoot from three, and what do? They think they just go out there and shoot them. It just kills us. 43% from the field, 9 rebounds, 16 points in the paint for us. Only 2 turnovers, which I'm just loving that that low number. Remember today, if you watched the Unpopular Hour today, we kind of went over what the Thunder's numbers were, and we're averaging I think 11.6 or something like that turnovers a game, which is just absolutely fantastic. I love that. Nuggets been scoring 10-2, and we just couldn't score. I mean, I want to say we probably missed in the first 4 to 5 minutes. We probably missed 5 shots point blank in the paint. And you can't really say that it's the Joker because I look at him, I don't think of him as a shot blocker. He does not put any fear in my face at all, nor should he be any Thunder player. And SGA was just taking him off. And Dort scored a little bit too, but he's not going to block your shot. He just doesn't have it. Now you got to worry about Gordon or Jeff Green coming off the side, yes. But we just couldn't score. And Jared Robinson Earl, I like him. I like that he's just undersized for what the Thunder are asking him to do. He's just undersized. But he plays hard. He gives you everything he got, no question. But he's just, I mean, Aaron Gordon just took him down low a couple times. It was just like manhandled him. Just too big, too strong, too physical. There's just absolutely nothing you can do if you just can't. I mean, you can do what you can do, but when they're 6'10" and they're athletic and they can jump and they're big and strong and they got weight on them, there's just not a lot you can do. So, end of the first quarter, the Thunder are down, which is just a crazy number. And so, the second quarter, we start out, and I'm just going, okay, what are we going to do? And then all of a sudden, our D breaks in, and we start flying all over the court. We started getting our hands on a couple balls. They were taking some ill-advised shots. We were getting out of transition. And transition, what I mean by transition, it's not necessarily going all the way to the basket, but when you're getting turnovers and you're getting stops, it revs up you defensively. And when you get built up defensively, it makes it easier for you to score offensively. And I don't know why, it just does. And then once we get in transition, we get a couple of easy baskets, which leads into some wide open jump shots. And please, please shoot the mid range. Poku did it, whatever night that was, 2 nights ago. He pulled up, shot a mid range. Today he gets same spot, passes out for a three. Pull up, knock down the mid range. We just, for some reason, we decide, Jared Robinson Earl, I want to shoot the three. Dort, I'm going to shoot the three. Who else? Poku, I'm going to basically shoot the three, even though he did the one-time move in there. Baisley, I'm going to shoot the three. Anytime somebody runs at them, they shoot the three every single time instead of either going to the basket for a teardrop or floater, which I don't know if any of those guys have that in their game, or pull up and shoot a mid-range, which all of them have that in their game. All of them have that in their game. and they don't do it. It's just frustrating to me, and I've got a note right here that says, "Please shoot the mid range." And it's just frustrating to me to watch our team because we are young, but man, we're a couple of pieces away. I promise you. We've got a nice squad. You've got SGA, who is just one of the best guards in the West. He's a beast, and I think right now he's playing his way into an All Star selection, which he deserves that because I'm just telling you, he's just been on fire. But as he goes, when he got back in the game, he started scoring. All of a sudden, our level of energy rose up. Oh, here we go. He's in, and then all of a sudden, bam, there it is. But I will say this, Josh, you have to stop that skip pass and that left-handed pass you're trying to do. This is not Australia. You're not playing for Australia. Okay? You have to stop doing that. You cannot try to skip. It just doesn't work. Now it does in certain situations, but you look over there and they watch tape on you now. They've got a whole year on you. They know what you're going to do. They're playing your passing lane and they're just offside your passing lane, so that it looks like it's there, but it's not. And you've got to learn, hey, that left-handed stuff and that stuff doesn't work anymore. You got to stop. Now it works over there, but this is the league. This is the best players in the world. Can't do it. You can't do it. And Aaron Gordon just, like I said earlier, he just did whatever he wanted. He was a man among boys today. He just did whatever the hell he wanted to do. Hey, I want to shoot threes. Bam. I'm wide open. I might as well knock him down. Hey, I just want to take y'all down low and jump hook over you. Hey, I just want to body you up and just back you down and go over and just shoot over you and shoot a layup off the backboard. Hey, I decided I want to do a little floater. Hey, I just want to do a 10-round jump shot. Hey, I'm wide open again from three. Whatever you want. Made him look like an all-star. And Aaron Gordon's a good player, but he ain't 30 on us or 25 on us good. But he had that kind of game. But this is the issue. Drew Henthorne and I were talking, HuskerDrewPicks.com. Here talking that the fact that the Nuggets lost to the Lakers made all the difference in the world for us because now all of a sudden they're pissed. They just lost to the Lakers, and they're like, yeah, no, we shouldn't have did that. So we caught them off of that, and they came in and just took care of business with us tonight. I mean, they were just – this is going to be a short show because there's really – we did as much as we could with the limited availability of talent that we have. And the reason why we've won these games is because Poku would step up one game, Baisley would step up the other game, then Poku would step up, and then Baisley. So they would switch it off. And this game, neither one of them showed up. And we have to have one of them at least do something. And the fact that this was an NBA TV televised game, which I didn't think we were going to get any, but the fact we had won four straight, Shea is doing what he's doing. We get Josh back. They wanted to take a look at the Thunder nationally. And then also for us, that's good because if Baisley and Poku would have shown up, that at least gives us some ability if Sam Presti decided to trade them, he's got some value. They've got value. People say, oh, I'm looking at, oh, okay, well, they're doing a little something this year. So we could do something. Instead, it is what it is, and it sits in spots, and there's just not a lot we can do about that. So here's the halftime stats. Nuggets 71, Thunder 57. And that's not bad considering we gave up, what did we give up the first quarter, 70, whatever it was. 42 the first quarter, which is just, anyway, 71-53, 3-point percentages. And you can see the first quarter, they were 10 for 13. This quarter, they were 3 for 7. Still a little less than 50%, but better than the 10 for 13. So they got a couple of misses. We got back in the game. We were rolling a little bit, and then all of a sudden they just pulled out again because we decided we were going to shoot some threes, and it just didn't work. But at the same time, we were 2 for 7 the first quarter. We were 5 for 13 from three the second quarter. For the half, which meant that we were 3 for 6, 50% from the three. We did hit a couple timing, but my problem is we make a couple, then all of a sudden they think we can shoot it again, and yeah, no. We shot 20% from three tonight. It's just pathetic. Uh, anyway, the Nuggets 54% from the field, 27 rebounds, 22 pips, points in the paint, 8 turnovers, and then of course we shot 47%, which is not bad. 21 rebounds, 38 points in the paint, or pips. Only 4 turnovers, which I really, really love, which has allowed us to stay in the game. But the 38 of our 57 points were in the paint. And we're small, which means that's SGA. That's basically what that means. That's Josh Giddey driving to the basket. That's what that is. That's why those points are so high. Bench scoring, Nuggets 21, Thunder 11, and our bench was just a note. I mean, when you go over the box score tonight, or we go over that, you'll see what that meant. I mean, our bench was just non-existent, and we have to have our bench guys play. We just do. Without them, we're just not very good. I mean, we're not very good. It's a must that we have our bench players step up, and of course tonight they just weren't there, and that's everybody. That's Baisley. That's Trey Mann. He played decent, but didn't play that well. That's him. Um, we just didn't play. That's Muscala. Didn't play well. So these guys had to step up, and they were just no shows for us tonight as far as bench scoring is concerned. Let's break out. Let's break this. I'm very frustrated watching us play, but we're young, and that's just like when you got kids. You love them one minute, and they do some stupid stuff the next, and you're frustrated. Sponsors tonight, we want to thank Collaborative Logic and them helping. I tell you what, the new stuff we got coming on, you guys are going to be so happy. The fact you can call in right now and you'd be able to talk to me, and we're getting it set up. So we're slowly growing. I'm just so excited about our future and what After the Storm is going to be, as well as the Unpopular Hour. But if you have any needs, they can come in and write personalized software for you. They can do all the little things that you need done. If you want to buy some computers, if you want to expand, they can do all that for you, as well as designing websites and stuff like that for you. They can do that as well. SRB and Mark Long, if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, those are the people that you need to talk to. Hopefully they've got this big, huge thing that we kind of help them set up. So we hope that's going to go well for them. Like the fact that people are listening and using our sponsors. Oak Grove Trucking, if you have any needs for any rock or dirt to be moved, my guy Jose Fierro is the guy. And Drew, yes, Thorne of HuskerDrewPicks.com got his hat today. He was wearing it on the Unpopular Hour show today. So, yes, Jose, he was wearing it. Of course, Greg and Max Nafee over at Nafeco. And last but not least, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912, the bank that makes things happen. They are an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC. Of course, they also sponsor us and our remote live streams to the minority, women, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City and Tulsa area. So we're excited about that. But if you want to pre-qualify online for any loans, cars, boats, houses, whatever, you can contact them at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com to pre-qualify. So when you walk in there and you see Joe Horn or whomever that you need to see, they are there for you to talk to, or you can go up and see Carolyn or Randy or whomever. They're there as well. Anyway, starting the third quarter, SGA, Dort, Giddey, Bays, and Muscala. And I saw this, and I was like, okay, Muscala's in there because he will do this every now and then, get us some sort of jump to score a little bit so we can get into the scoring range or start scoring, which kind of helps us. And he's a three-point shooter, which everybody knows, so they're limiting what he can do. Right now, they're making him put the ball on the floor, and they're making SGA go out, and a pick and roll is really not that effective because they're not leaving him alone for the three. So great scouting on those parts. And, of course, Baisley, as long as he's successful, is when we're driving, he's cutting to the basket and finishing at the rim. That's great. But when he gets in, he tries to act like he's a scorer. it's just a mess. It's just a mess. But what is going to get us back into the game? Defense, 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 defense. That's what's going to get us back in the game. Playing good, solid defense, drawing them in, making them do bad shots, us getting out in transition, getting some easy baskets, whether it be layups or wide open mid ranges. Those are the things that get you going, and then all of a sudden you're back into the game, which is exactly what happened. I mean, we D'd them up. We got all the things that we needed. All those things happened. What? They missed some easy shots. We got back out. They took long, what did I say? I always tell you 3-point shots, long rebounds, transition baskets, which is what happens to us. We shoot threes, ball bounces off, boom, all of a sudden it's 3-on-1, they score on us. That's why I'm not a fan of us shooting threes because we just don't shoot them well at all. But we keep shooting them for whatever reason that is. But anyway, with 4:59 to go, we cut back into the lead with the subs, and that was you had Dort played quite a bit, but you had Giddy, you had Dort, you had Page, you had K. Will, you had J. Dub in there, and then of course Jane came in and did some stuff for us, and then we got back into the game down 80-83 with 4:59, basically 5 minutes to go, and then all of a sudden we have SGA, K. Will, Josh, Rob, Robinson, Earl, and J. Dub. And I like that lineup. I mean, it's long, but it's just we just can't match their physicality without Poku or their height because he's 6'11", but he just doesn't have the weight. Even though he does have long arms, he just does not have the weight to be able to keep up. But all I know is that we get back in the game. We're up 93-91 with a minute 16 to go. So I'm thinking, okay, this is SGA time. He's just going to take over and do what he does normally at the end of quarters. And he did, but they have a guy named Jamal Murray, and he's back. And he's one of I really like this. I really like to watch him play. Now, unfortunately, he was balling against us. But that's who he is. He is a beast. And I think once he really starts getting into it, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the end. But right now, he's still trying to figure his way back. They're still trying to figure out how does he fit in because they spent the whole year without him, so they're trying to figure out how it is. But it ended up being 93-95 at the end of the third. And, just remember, we were down 57-71 to start the third. And then what ended up happening? We played great defense. They kept shooting those long threes. Ball would come off long. Long shot, long rebound transition, which is what happens to us. Shoot the three, bounces long, they transition, they beat us up, they get into the flow. It's just what happens to us on the reg, and it just drives me absolutely insane watching us play because it's like, guys, quit shooting the three. But you got guys who no matter what, they're going to shoot it. Poku, like I said the other night, had a three, guy jumped at him to one dribble, pull up, shoot the mid-range. He knocked it down. Tonight, he has a mid-range. He passes out for a three. We shoot, miss. They come down, score layup. It's like, I just don't understand it. I don't understand what our coaching staff is looking at. I really don't. I just don't get it. I truly, truly don't understand. Thunder Nuggets, the end of the third quarter. Nuggets 93. And Jamal hit a shot that we thought was in, but clearly it wasn't because to tie it up at 95-95 to go into the fourth, but the referee said no, it was after the horn and it did not count. So the Thunder went into the fourth quarter up 2 after being down 14 at the end of halftime. So great adjustments by the coaching staff simply because we decided not to give them open looks. But you can see the Nuggets 15 for 34 from three. And remember, they were 13 of 20 at half. 13 of 20. And they ended up being 15 of 24. So that just meant we clamped down on that, made them shoot some other shots, got in their faces. They're still shooting 54%, 34 rebounds, 24 points in the paint. But the beautiful thing about it, in the at halftime, they were shooting 54%. Same thing they're shooting. They had 27 rebounds, so they got 7 rebounds that quarter. Points in the paint, 22, and they got 12 points in the paint versus we had 8 more. Or we had a bunch more. We had 8 more rebounds, but points in the paint, We had 38, so we had 24 points in the paint. My pip. I love the pip. And that's the reason why. So you look at that, 62 of our 95 points were scored in the lane. A lot of that's transitional, yes, and a lot of that is SGA because he likes to back him down and shoot that little short mid-range. I just wish the rest of the people would realize, hey, 2 points is better than no points. 3-pointers, yes, there are times for those, but just cut down on them. And this is one thing that Sam Presti's got to do. He's got to find us some damn shooters. We got to find some guys who can shoot the basketball. 7 turnovers, what I love, but bench scoring once again, 27 to 18, which meant we only scored 7 points in that quarter. They only scored 6 points off the bench in that quarter, which means that we were on them. We weren't allowing them to do anything that they really wanted to do. And so the Thunder, of course, stepped up, and defensively, we played really, really well to start the third quarter. I mean, and it's just, you just watch us. Even though I get down on our subs, they came in, they did well against the Magic, got us back in the game. Same thing tonight, got us back in the game. And then, of course, the starters came in, and SGA finished them off in the third quarter. So to start the fourth, it's Mann, Dort, K. Will, Bays, and who was the other one? Oh, and Mann, Dort, K. Will, Bays, and Josh. So I didn't really mind that group so much. Sorry, guys. This weather is just absolutely messing me up. But anyway, Baisley, he's so frustrating. He is so frustrating. You grab the ball, you try to dribble, you get the ball stolen from you from Michael Porter Jr., and then you push him out of bounds for a tee. First of all, snatch the rebound, understand where you are on the court, understand the situation. The first thing you do is secure the basketball. So the basketball is secured. Second thing I do is look up, find where the defenders are. Then I take off. But you and Poku do the same thing. You grab a rebound and you just want to take off. Well, they've watched you. A smart basketball player, like, he's going to snatch the rebound and take off. Boop, picked his pocket. Grab the rebound, stop. And one thing I've noticed about him, I just don't know how smart of a basketball player he is. Athletic, yes. But you remember, was it the Lakers or who was it last year, Houston, whomever it was, he snatched the rebound, and then they get the steal, and he goes down and dunks at the end. I mean, what are you doing? The game is over. You don't go score. And he's looking around like, what? What did I do? What did I do? And the more I look at him, I just don't know how many basketball smarts he has. It's just very frustrating to watch him and just. But anyway, that was a big play. Gets the ball stole. They get the technical and then score again. All of a sudden, we do fight back. It's 103-103. We have Josh, SGA, Poku, Robinson Earl in the game, along with J-Dub. I don't mind that so much. I'm like, okay, we're good. The game's tight. SGA is going to take over, and that's what's going to happen. No. Josh comes down and just does, I don't know what he was doing. Tries to throw all out of control, which he was tonight. He was just out of control. But once again, second game back, he just got to get back on his, into his groove. So I'm giving him a pass, even though he cost us at that stretch. It was tied. He throws the ball away. They score an easy layup. He comes down, shoots a three. They come down, score again. Come down, throws the ball away. All of a sudden, bam, here it is. You're down 6, just like that. And basically, they just took the game over. We just never really recovered from that 1 minute stretch. But that's basketball. It's ebb and flow. It's the feel of it. It's what happens when there's runs and there's transitions. But Josh killed us right there. Now, in another week, 2 weeks, he won't do that. Okay? He won't do that. But right now, He's rusty. He's trying to make a play. We're not playing within ourselves. What was my keys to the game? Play within yourself. Do not get them open looks. Try to control the joker, which we did early, and then at the end of the game, he's really good. He passes the ball. He's just really good. Okay, he's just really good. But what ends up happening with us when other guys other than SJ try to make plays, then we all of a sudden we had three possessions there where, you know, your guy rushes, get in a hurry, gets himself in a bad spot. We recover, get the ball, we're passing. SGA's on the other side of the court. We can't get the ball to him. Down in the shot clock, possession over. And that's what happened to us down the stretch. Those are things that don't normally happen because SGA has the ball in his hands. But Josh had it in his hands, and I'm cool with that. But he just made some plays that just absolutely murdered us. Josh killed us tonight. He really did late. But will I take him? Hell yes. I want him. Do I want to get rid of him? Hell no. I like him. I want to keep him. He just had a bad game, didn't finish. But my thing is this: SGA must take the game over at the end. He's just got to. Frustrating. Anyway, end of the game. Here are the stats. Final score: Thunder losing to the Nuggets, 122 to 110. And my guy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com and I had a little bet. He took the Nuggets and the 6. I took the Thunder plus the 6. Under 228.5. He says you can't spell Thunder without saying under. He took the under. I said, no, the Thunder are going to score, even though we were down from our average. We scored 110. I thought we would score more, but we did. Losing 122-110. The Nuggets, 18 for 31 from 3, 53% from the field, 46 rebounds, 46 points in the paint, which is interesting. 46 rebounds, 46 point pips. 18 turnovers. Oklahoma City, 6 for 29. Once again, I don't mind us shooting that many. Like I said, I want us to be 25 to 30 shots a game. I prefer 25. But we are going to shoot. That's just who we are. We're going to shoot the ball, so let's shoot it as less as possible. 48% from the field, 31 rebounds, 72 of 110 were in the paint, which is what kept the game even remotely close. But shooting 20% from 3 is not going to get you one games. Nuggets, 34, 22 on the bench. And then here we are. Let's compare the first half to the second half because we do that every week on the show. We do that after every Thunder game. First half, you can see Nuggets 13 of 20. They ended up being 18 for 31. So they were 5 of 11 from 3 the second half. Much better than 8-13 of 20. But at the same time, their shots that they missed allowed us to get into the game, to stay in the game, and make some plays. We, however, were look at that. So let that sink in. 1 for 16 the second half. Let that sink in a minute. Wow. It's just so frustrating. I don't understand, Coach. Hey, stop shooting threes. 2 points win games. You don't have to shoot threes. You don't. You just don't. It's so frustrating to me because when I look at this team, I'm like, guys, you have the ability. You play hard. We have some skilled position players. We're just young. It takes time. You have to learn how to play. All of that is true, okay? All of that's true. But I'm so proud of the effort that we did give and that we do give. I like that, and I like what the Thunder are doing when it comes to that. But, guys, we can't shoot. You can't shoot the three. It is what it is. But you're going to have your games up and down, and when we're down, we're going to be out. Because it's when you shoot the threes. Not that you shoot them, it's when you shoot them. If you shoot them at specific points and you miss, long shot, long rebound, transition for the other team, boom, boom, boom. You shoot a couple of those out 2 out of 3 possessions, game's over. Happened tonight. Game's over. Just like that. Here's the Thunder box score. You can look at it and see exactly what we did. SGA with 37 points, 13 for 17 from the field, 4 rebounds, 4 turnovers, 3 assists. Lou Dort, 19 points. Like I said, I want Josh. I want him and Josh to be changed around. I want Josh to have 19 and him have 16. But 8 for 15, 1 for 6, even though he had a big three. 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Robinson Earl, 10 points, 4 for 10, 2 for 5 from three. That's about right. I like his numbers right there. I'd like him to be maybe 4 for 9 or 4 for 8. But the 2 for 5, I'll take that all day long. 7 rebounds, 1 assist. Poku, 6 points. Here he goes. The two guys that we needed to step up, one or the other. Neither one of them did. But Poku, 6 points, 3 for 9 from the field, 0 for 4 from three, 7 rebounds. He had two big key blocks, and I'm going to give him some love on that because he is 6'11 or 7 foot or whatever he is. So I'm going to give him some love there. Josh, 16 points, 7 for 14, 2 for 4 from three, 1 rebound, 4 turnovers. He and SGA, of course, they have the most turnovers because those guys have the ball in their hands. But Josh, 4 turnovers, and a couple of them were very costly late. 5 assists, and the thing with him is he's again has 2 games in a row with only 1 rebound. And Josh is usually 8, 9. He's a double machine. So I'm not sure what's going on with him right now, but we got to get that number rebounds back up because he's keying us getting out in transition and making plays. Trey Mann, 4 points. Ever since that time, he shot 25 points in that first Clippers game. His numbers have been limited. He went from 25 shots to averaging 5 to 8 again. I think they just set him Thursday and sat him again on Saturday, and we won. So by that happening, that stopped really. To me, it helped. It stopped his. It took his confidence out by them doing that. But I don't think he should be shooting 25 times a game either, even though Josh wasn't in there. That's way too many shots. 2 for 5 from Fields, 0 for 2 from three, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Baisley, 2 points, 1 for 5, 0 for 1, 6 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 2 assists, 1 block. So between Poku and Baisley, you got 8 points. They were 4 for 14. Excuse me, yeah, 4 for 14 from the field, 0 for 5 from three, with 13 rebounds between them. Chang, 3 points, 1 for 3 from three. Excuse me, 1 for 3 from the field, 0 for 2. Even though his shot sometimes it's just inconsistent the way he shoots it, but he is young. I still, like I said, I don't know about the giving him the 3 first round picks for him, but I do like him as a player. 3 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 assist. J Dub, 8 points. He's just consistent. I like this kid. Upside, upside, upside with him. 4 for 7, 0 for 1, 2 assists. We got to get him in there and get some rebounds. He's a big physical kid. Really like his upside a ton. What a steal that Sam Presti found in J Dub. Kendrick Williams, 5 points, 2 for 5, 1 for 2, 6 rebounds. He's all right, but those are the stat lines that I expect out of him, even though we're paying him all that money simply because we had to keep him around. Muscala, no points, 0 for 3, 0 for 2 with 2 rebounds. Those numbers are just absolutely unacceptable. You can't. You got to have guys who can score. You got to have guys, especially the bench guys. Muscala, he's going to have his bad games, but he had those couple games in a row where he did well, and we won. And then you also had Baisley one game, Poku the next game, stepping up and giving you double figures, rebounds, energy. We had none of that from either one of those. Maybe they thought they could play now all of a sudden, which they still can't. But whatever. We're stuck with who we're stuck with for now. So That being said, Thunder drop after winning four straight, lose 122, 110 to the Denver Nuggets. Let's see, what is our Thunder schedule coming up? I don't have it on this. I need to get that put. My Thunder schedule. Who the Thunder play next? Man, if you guys have allergies, you know what I mean. Boy, they just beat you up, don't they? They just absolutely just beat you up. But anyway, Thunder's next game is against the Bucks. This coming yeah, the Bucks Saturday night in Milwaukee. Then we come back and play on the road against the Pistons again, and then the next home game is next Wednesday, a week from yesterday. So anyway, Thunder got a couple of tough games they're coming up, especially the Bucks. Uh, I don't know if we have an answer for Giannis. Oh wait, we don't. Who does? Certainly not the Pistons because he just abused them the other night. So he's just an absolute animal. So that being said, I want to thank everybody for watching this edition of After the Storm. Everybody be safe out there tonight, and good luck and be safe and have fun.